Hi guys, Damon here. Today we're going to be talking about removing finish from an old piece of furniture or stair rail, anything basically that has old finish that you want to get rid of and you're looking to put a new finish on it that looks immaculate. Okay, so today we are going to be working with some rails from my staircase. You can kind of see there they've got this really old thick stain and varnish that's pretty old, probably 100 years old, so it's going to be really tough to get it off there. But what I bought is some of this Minwax, and you can see it's called Antique Furniture Refinisher, and basically this is kind of billed as liquid sandpaper, which would be perfect for doing, getting down in creases and crevices of a project that sandpaper would be really hard to get down into or could burn your project. So basically you just need three things for this. You're going to need a 0000 sandpaper, that's the finest they make. Obviously you're going to need the Antique Furniture Refinisher by Minwax, and some lovely cleaning gloves. These are much more heavy duty than like a regular glove, because if you use a regular glove it will eat through and it could potentially burn your skin. So, oh, and one more thing, a bucket. So I like to use a bucket to put a little bit in, put a little bit of that antique finisher in first, and then you can kind of set your piece in the bucket, and that way you don't lose liquid. It does evaporate pretty quickly. Okay guys, so you can see on this piece here that it does have a shiny finish to it. That was put on by the previous owner, so I think it's time to go to work and try to remove some of this. So the first thing that's recommended here is you pour a few ounces into the bucket that we talked about. This is to help kind of keep some of your product inside, and it does evaporate quickly, so by putting it in a bucket you're able to use it for a little bit longer. And on a big project like this, you're going to need it to last a pretty long time. So it's about $15 a can at the big box stores. So I got my 0000 sandpaper here, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and you're just going to watch me kind of rub it onto the piece here, starting at the bottom. The beauty of the steel wool is that it will get deep into the crevices. I like to kind of get everything wet first. By getting it wet, that means the chemical can start to work its magic here. There we go. This is on a beautiful red oak staircase that we're working on. And basically my idea here is to just remove the finish. And that way I can put a new finish on and a new stain on. We're going to go a shade darker. And that's just because we want the finish to look uniform and really good when it's all done. So when you first saw me put it on there, I just kind of lightly got everything wet. Now I'm going to go back, now that everything's wet, and I'm going to apply some pressure as I scrub here. Just applying that pressure here. I'm going to try to get deep into the cracks. Now there weren't that many reviews online about this product, so I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and make my own, and that way you could see for yourself before purchasing to make sure it would be worth it. And maybe if it removes this varnish that is, over 100 years old, then it could possibly work on your project too. Just getting in all these little pieces that were done on the lathe. It's amazing the craftsmanship, the level of craftsmanship. It's just quite amazing here. Basically just rubbing this down really good. I didn't sand these or anything before. The chemical, it just says to put it on directly, so that's what I did. Okay, up top really well. Basically, I don't want gummed up areas when I go to put my new stain on. I want this to look as good as possible, like it was stained originally. And hopefully this will help achieve that. So you can see here I've got everything, it's been completely wiped. I'm just going to set it down for 1 second here. Next, I like to use a rag, kind of wipe it clean. Get all those joints, kind of just wipe away the finish. That's the idea. I can already tell the luster is starting to leave the piece, which is what I want to see. Now it does say that it removes stain and varnish, and it looks like it's removed some of the varnish. However, there does seem to be quite a bit of stain still on this piece, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But the manufacturer also recommends that you go over this one more time with some cleaner. So another bucket here, which I'm just going to put a few ounces in, just a little bit. Get yourself a new piece of steel wool. Using the clean bucket here, gently rub it on your piece again. Kind of lightly this time, but you can use a little bit more pressure as you're working your project. Try to get in all the grooves again. As you can imagine, this would take forever if you are sanding with sandpaper. Not to mention you would go through a lot of sandpaper, and even if you use the sanding sponge, I think you'd have a hard time trying to get into all of the crevices, at least with these beautiful spindles from my staircase. So just removing here as much as possible as the manufacturer recommends. Liquid sandpaper. Okay, I believe that's good. Gonna go ahead and give it another wipe. You're basically wiping off the old finish when you do this, so try to wipe it thoroughly. Okay, so basically that's it. That's all that the manufacturer calls for. I'll let you kind of see here, kind of close up. You can look at the project. It still has some sheen to it, but it definitely looks like some of the finish is removed, which is what we wanted. So I'll post a picture showing a comparison between a treated rail or spindle and a non-treated, and that way you're able to see kind of the difference there. So hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for tuning in.